Welcome back to Ion Radio. Here we are playing BattleTech ACES Scouring Sands. Once again, John, this is our 6th mission in the campaign, and we've decided to play sortie number 15, which is Power Rush. So here's the general briefing, and we'll get into recon and everything else. So our suspicions, and those of the locals here, were correct. Star Captain Conrad Sender is determined to hurt this world as much as he can, while he can. A large force of his Jade Falcons have been mustered and sent to destroy a relic of the very Star League they claim to respect. Apolakkia's water purification, desalination, geothermal plant is under imminent threat, and no one can protect it but us. So the Ion Raiders have to drive off the attackers before the saboteurs are able to plant demolition charges deep in the heart of the plant, or the very future of Apolakkia is at risk. So we do have an opportunity to do some reconnaissance here. We have the keyword goodwill, so we do get to open up point Y.
Knowing the stakes of this operation, you reach out to some of the labor caste you met during your defense of Rhodes. They agreed to do what they can to stall the Jade Falcons on their advance and protect their infrastructure. Move all waypoints on the turn tracker back 1 turn, waypoint L on turn 6 and the others on turns 3 through 5.
All right, we also have an opportunity to study some blueprints. We are going to spend the 200 SP, and the locals are going to have access to maps of the plant that we're going to defend and the surrounding area. So let's see what kind of useful information we can find from them, John.
It takes a few calls, but one of the merchant caste representatives gets back to you with a schematic of the plant pulled from the city's archives. Studying the details of its workings, you spot a few places where the meager security forces on site could be put to better use. Before placing waypoints, remove waypoint A and return it to the box. One of the 5 clan advanced foot points is considered destroyed and counts toward the completion of the primary objective. Yay! So we just had it on the map just as a placeholder, and we're going to now remove it.
Here we go. So we do have these all randomized, shuffled up. We don't know what the other ones are, so this is going to be interesting, but this is our best guess in terms of how we want to play things out.
Next, we have our deployment. We get to deploy 300 PV. We have exactly 300 PV deployed to this battle. You can see down here, we'll go in order of command. We have Redline in the Star Adder. We have Freddy in the Jade Hawk. And we have Barfly, who is now taking control of the Loki Mark II. The remainder of our mechs are going to be the Rifleman. We're going to have a Spider, an Oscout, the Shadowhawk, and then down over here we have the Flea.
Worth noting that Gravehammer has been wounded, so he's not in this sortie, which is unfortunate because as we were planning for this, John, we really could use this mission. On the Jade Falcon side, we have the Rifleman C2, the Marauder 2C6, the Summoner H, this is the commander of the Jade Falcon force, the Locust 2C, and the Howler 6, down here in the southwest corner of the map. Objectives. Our primary objective is to save the plant, which is on the north side of the map. We have to destroy all 5 clan foot points and prevent them from performing their sabotage. One of them has already been destroyed because of our recon. Our secondary objective is to fend off the Jade Falcon force. So we will gain 150 points for each enemy mech we can destroy. So John, we have an opportunity to make a whole bunch of money as mercenaries. We have 10 turns, or when one side has no forces remaining in play.
Some special rules during the movement phase revealing waypoints. When a player-controlled unit ends its movement, it must scan a waypoint within 4 inches and in line of sight. Movement phase, clan footpoints. As their first movement priority, these enemy units will move to be in base contact of the nearest intact building. They will attack players as usual. They do not attack buildings. End phase, sabotage. The Falcons have teams of saboteurs planting charges on the buildings of the plants. During the end phase, after destroying units are removed, check each clan footpoint to see if it successfully sabotages a building. The sabotage is successful if the footpoint is touching a building and the footpoint was not attacked this turn. If the sabotage is successful, the building is destroyed and removed. Treat the space it occupied as rubble.
I believe that's everything we need for our introduction to the scenario. On to initiative for turn 1.
Initiative for turn 1, we are going to be the blue dice. The Jade Falcons are going to be the green dice. And they barely beat us out. Okay, so for our first movement, we're going to move the flea. It is so fast, it can just move right through the water and land itself right here for a TTM of 4.
It boggles my mind, John, that going in and out of the water is 9 inches of movement to cover those 2 inches.
Now the Shadowhawk. It is just going to move right to the edge here for TTM of 2.
Jade Falcon gets to move their first mech. It's going to be the Summoner using Skirmisher card 054. The Mech Warrior Captain here for the Jade Falcon adds a movement filter to all the mechs, where its priority is going to be to stay in line of sight of the least number of enemies. So that's something we're going to be doing universally. In this case, looking through the list, we don't have any mechs that have moved within that 30 inches. So it's going to be cautious. We're doing jump movement. We're looking to stay, again, line of sight of the least number of enemies, and we want to try and get to attack range. The Thor has no long attack range, so the best option it really has, it's going to take its jump, go over the plateau here, and land here to remain in cover.
We're going to now move our Oscout. It's going to be jumping 16 inches all the way to here. getting a TTM of 4, and we have landed within line of sight and distance of that waypoint, so we're going to now flip it and see what it is.
Which one is it?
B.
A point of infantry is here. They pause for a moment, stunned by our arrival. Well, of course, we just jumped a mech right next to him. Replace the waypoint with the clan foot point, putting it in base contact with the adjacent building. It is considered to have already moved this turn. If this waypoint was revealed during the movement phase, choose a named pilot to gain 1 edge token for the remainder of the sortie. Oh, cool.
Okay, so I say we let
Who could use one?
the Star Adder, because he flushes coolant.
Let's do it.
So red line gains an additional edge point, bringing him up to 7. And now this is in base contact right there with the building and has already been moved. So that's going to give it a
6.
6.
Team of 0.
So that's a 0.
Yep.
That's 0 in Alpha Strike Talk.
Yeah, in all BattleTech, a 6 equals 0. Barfly in his Loki's, the next one we've decided to move. We want to get him within shooting distance of the foot point that's been opened up here. We're using ground movement in all 8 inches to get him as close to the foot point as possible, and we're just going to light that up during the combat phase.
Okay, the next Jade Falcon to go is the Rifleman. He's using Skirmisher Jump card 3-4, and he's going to be taking the Cautious because nothing is near him because he's in the back corner of the table. And because of that, this is the first time we're going to see anyone sprinting because there's no one in 36 inches of him. So he wants to try to get as close as possible to his closest target, which is the Scout, and he wants to cover versus the most amount of enemies. So he's going to be moving right over by the Summoner behind that rock. Next, we're going to go with our Spider, and the Spider is going to take a 16-inch jump all the way over by the Scout for a TTM of 4.
The Marauder 2C is going to be the next Jade Falcon mech to move. It's using Skirmisher Jump Strong, card 694. The ideal red, which is the Loki, has moved, so we're going to use the balanced approach. We're taking jump movements. We're trying to look for cover and be within line of sight and target capability attack range of at least 1 moved enemy. Since we're looking at the Scout and the Spider, we can make our jump over here, and we can fire at both from this side of the board.
We're going to go ahead and move Freddy in the Jadehawk. He's going to move all of his distance, TTM of 2. He's going to be tucked in right here behind that. He will have no line of sight to anything. So we're going to just edge him out until he can barely see that Rifleman. There we go. Right there. Now we're going to move Redline in the Star Adder, and he's going to move right behind the Jadehawk for a TTM of 2, and he is just barely able to see that Rifleman.
The Locust 2C is moving next using Striker card 848. It's taking a balanced approach, targeting this group of heavy mechs we got moving in here, John. And it's going to do some ground movement. It is looking to try and shoot the Star Adder if it can. There's no place where it can get in cover, get closer to it, and shoot at it. So our best decision is that it's making its movement here, and it's going to make an attempt to do some damage on our mechs here, John.
Our last movement is going to be the Rifleman, who's going to join this Congo line right here, moving his 8 inches with a TTM of 1. And basically they all have the same line of sight to the Rifleman and that Locust. So that's going to end it for our movement.
I think that Locust is in trouble, John. The Howler is going to move as the final Jade Falcon mech using Scout movement card 937. It's going to take a cautious approach just because of what we've got moved and where items are. It's looking for line of sight on our Jadehawk. It really can't get that. So based on the other movement filters here, we're going to keep it in cover and stay about 16 inches away. The Howler is going to move over here, giving it cover, but not necessarily being able to shoot at its primary target.
That's going to do it for movement phase. We're going to come back with shooting.
Combat phase here in turn 1. And we have we've lost the initiative, so we have to fire first, which I'm okay with. John, you're rolling up dice. Let's start out here with the Loki. We are firing at the foot soldiers here. We're looking for 6s on 3 dice. Which ones are your heat dice?
The red and the orange are going to be the heat dice. If both the heat dice hit, it dies. Both the heat dice. Actually, that's just
that's a flat out
perfect.
kill.
So that's just straight out that foot infantry dies. None of these other mechs have any line of sight to anything or things in range anymore. The spider is like 2 centimeters out of range of shooting at the baboon, but the Oscout is just in medium range of the howler.
And we've got 1 set of dice to fire at long range. And John, you need a 12. So can you pull this off? I would love for you to do that.
I've done crazier things. Nope. It is a double.
It's a double.
But it's a 2.
All right, so that means you get to roll again, right?
Yes. It's kid game. Trouble. It's a trouble game.
So now we're moving to our heavy hitters. John, I think the Locust should be our primary target here.
Yes, it should be.
So we're going to start with the Rifleman. We're looking for 9s, 3 sets of dice.
Here we go. Okay, there's our roll, and we actually rolled 2 hits on that, which is more than I thought we were going to hit.
2 down, John. We got 3 more to kill. 1 point armor left in the Locust. All right, Jadehawk's going to fire next. Also looking for 9s, 5 sets of dice. John, can you roll and kill it? We need 3 hits.
Let's just find out. Okay, so here's what we ended up rolling. We rolled 1, 12, and an 8. So we're going to go ahead and spend an edge point to increase that 8 to a 9 to do 2 damage to it.
So that does break into the structure, but you also have a floating crit there, John. So that's 2 critical hits.
Let's see if we get lucky and explode it. Gonna roll both of them at the same time. We rolled a 7.
That's an MP hit.
And a 5.
No critical hit on the 5, John.
MP hit on that, though, is pretty good. That does put this mech in force withdraw, but we have to now make the decision, do we want to shoot at it again and finish it off, or do we want to shoot at the Rifleman?
So, since we didn't kill it, John, we're thinking let's shoot the Locust, right? Let's take it out.
Let's just take it off the table.
Still looking for 9s. You got 6 dice and a heat set in there.
Yes, the red dice are going to be the heat. Looking for 1 9. We got another 12. So we ended up rolling 2 actual hits, one of them being a critical hit again. Where was this one the Oscout was shooting? And we are going to destroy that mech.
All right, 1 down. It's 150 points for us, John.
Okay, so Jade Falcon's shooting. The Thor has no shot. It has nothing in range and nothing that it can have line of sight to hit.
I'm liking that.
The Rifleman would be next, but it sprinted, so it can't shoot.
Unique situation in our campaign, John.
And then we go to the Marauder, and the Marauder is going to be targeting the Shadowhawk. It's at long range, so with all the different modifiers, it's going to be needing 12s with 3 sets of dice.
Let's see if I can roll poorly here, John. Fortunately for us, John, they have no edge.
So that almost hit is going to be a miss. Next is going to be the Locust that sprinted out to see all of our heavy mechs hiding behind that rock. And it's going to be shooting at the Rifleman. It's going to need 6s with 5 sets of dice.
I have a feeling it's going to hit at least once. Well, John, because it needed 6s, it got 4 hits. 1 miss.
4 hits means we still have 1 point of armor on that Rifleman, but it only has 4 health left now. It's starting to get into a dangerous spot.
But the Locust is destroyed, so that's 1 off the table.
Okay, next, this clan foot soldier that just jumped out of nowhere when we got our guys here trying to sabotage this building is going to be targeting the spider with 1 set of damage dice, needing 7s.
8.
That's going to hit the spider. The spider is a light unit, so that's taking off half of its armor.
Powerful foot point there, John.
Last shot is going to be the baboon, shooting at the Oscout, needing 10s on 2 sets of dice.
Extreme medium range.
A critical failure. No damage.
These Jade Falcons can't fire today, John. I think we're lucking out on turn 1.
Okay, so that was all of shooting, and now we're going to move into the end turn.
So we applied our damage, and we've got 2 Jade Falcons down. The Locust and the Foot Point.
Because the foot point was destroyed and we attacked at it, it will not be able to do the sabotage effect.
We've saved 1 building so far. Objectives, nothing else has happened other than what you said. So now we're going to the command strategy decision. So card A, Automated Force has no objective. It has lost more PV worth of units this turn than we have, so it goes to card C. And now we move on to turn 2.
Yep. Because we had friendlies helping us, there is no waypoint to discover right now on the track. Start of turn 2 initiative, we're going to be the blue dice, they're going to be the green dice. They get -2 to their roll because they won initiative for last turn. And we're definitely going to win that one.
Wow, 1 to 12. John, nice.
That's going to force them to move and shoot first.
First move is the Jade Falcons, the Riflemen. We're using Skirmisher Jump Strong, card 204, and taking the cautious approach because we haven't moved anything on the Ion Raider side. Nearest enemy is the Jade Hawk. It's looking to jump, stay about 12 inches, be able to shoot it, and be in cover. There's really only one spot for it to do it. So it's doing its jump, coming down here alongside the building. May have to do a little adjustment.
That's good.
TMM of 4 because of the Jump Strong.
Okay, we're going to start off by jumping with the Shadowhawk. It's going to jump its full 10 up here, hiding behind this building, but it can look down and have line of sight to this waypoint. So we're going to have to reveal it.
John, what is it?
D.
You take fire from a group of well-concealed infantry. Replace this waypoint with a clan foot point, putting it in base contact with the adjacent building. It is considered to have already moved this turn. And if we revealed the waypoint during the movement phase, the unit that revealed it suffers 1 damage. So 1 damage to the Shadowhawk, John.
I'm glad we didn't do that with our spider.
Agreed.
Okay, we're going to go with our spider next. It's going to jump all the way over here. It's going to be outside of close range of that foot unit, and it's going to be hiding behind this building pretty well, and we're going to be revealing another waypoint with a TTM of 4.
What's our waypoint, John?
E.
All right, Echo. A point of infantry is here, deploying demolition charges. Replace this waypoint with a clan foot point, putting it in base contact with the adjacent building. It is considered to have already moved this turn. If you reveal this waypoint during the movement phase, some enterprising soldier has used one of their demolition charges to rig a booby trap nearby, which catches us off guard. The unit that revealed it rolls for a critical hit.
Yikes. That's not good. Here we go.
That's an ammo hit.
And the spider is energy, so it does nothing.
Okay. We lucked out here.
That
Glad we don't have missiles and machine
is
guns.
extremely lucky for us. Otherwise, that would have been a destroyed mech right there and then.
Do we have anything that could have been blown up by
Oh,
now?
yeah. Everything else. The Shadowhawk would have been fine.
Yeah.
The Oscout would have been fine. The Flea would have been fine, but all of our heavy hitters would have been actually destroyed.
So our current plan's working out really well for us.
Yikes.
Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Baboon is moving using Scout card number 567. It is taking a balanced approach, and it's going to target the Rifleman. Ground movement looking to stay in the least number of attack ranges from different enemies. And there's no woods on this map at all, so we're looking to get target has no cover. So only spot that we believe it can go to, we're moving the Howler up over there. We've got a good shot at the Rifleman.
Okay, the Scout is going to be moving. It's going to take a jump over to here, and it's going to be landing and scanning this next waypoint with a TTM of 4.
What waypoint are we looking at, John?
F.
All right. Foxtrot. Steam from the geothermal plant makes it hard to spot the heat signatures of any potential saboteurs, but you redouble your efforts. Choose a named pilot to gain 1 edge token for the remainder of the sortie.
We're going to give an edge token to Freddy. Okay, next we're going to take our Flea, and he's going to be taking ground movement as fast as his little legs can go over to here, taking some cover from the building, landing in range of this waypoint.
What's behind that door, John?
G.
A burst of steam jets out from the geothermal plant's exhaust, bathing the nearby terrain in waste heat. If there are any player units within 6 inches of a building, choose one of them, a mech if possible, to gain 1 heat. Otherwise, there is no effect.
We can choose any.
Yeah, it's like choose a named pilot to gain. Oh no, wait. Yeah, if there are any player units within 6 inches of a building, choose one.
That guy, because he won't have any shots.
I'm all for it.
So the Scout gained a heat. That means that waypoint right there is going to be the last one.
The Marauder moves next using Skirmisher Jump Strong card 844, and it's going to take a balanced approach, targeting the Jade Hawk. So it's looking to stay at least 12 inches away from any enemies that have not moved, and we've got a whole force that hasn't moved yet, John. Then it's looking for cover, and that's about it. So we've decided that the Marauder is slowly going to work its way around over here back to where the Rifleman was before, and pretty much now it's going to start looking that way because there's enemies over there. Barfly, jumping strong here, and we're going to move from where he's at onto the plateau next to, is that the Shadowhawk, I believe?
It is.
Cool. Making his jump, TMM is 3, and we have some shots that we'll be able to make on those Foot Clan soldiers later.
Next, we're going to be a little bit cheeky here, and the Rifleman's going to move all 8 of its inches backwards to here. What this does is it basically takes it to be only in medium range of that baboon and at long range of the Rifleman, and now out of line of sight of the Marauder.
Summoner is the final Jade Falcon mech to move. This was assigned move last during the initiative phase by the Mech Warrior Commander. It's using Skirmisher card 824, and it's going to take a balanced approach. Since it is looking at all the different mechs and it's specifically trying to target one that it can get into attack range with that has moved, it's going to go after the Flea, which is a little unexpected. It's going to move its full movement here. So there's its ground movement. We've got some buildings covering the distance here between the Flea and the Thor. John, let's see what happens next here.
Okay, so for our movement, we're just going to slightly move back and tuck both of these mechs. They're going to get TTMs of 2. Basically what we're doing is we're just blocking off line of sight to the Marauder, but keeping line of sight to the Howler and the Rifleman. So both of them are going to have TTMs of 2 and both be at medium range of them. Okay, Jade Falcon's shooting phase. We're going to start off with the Rifleman. It's going to be targeting the Star Adder. It's going to be needing 10s because of jumping and cover and all the other fun things on 3 dice. Medium range.
That's 3 misses, John.
Beautiful. Moving on next. The Baboon is going to be targeting the Star Adder because it wants to shoot at something that an ally shot at. It is going to be needing 8s on 2 sets of dice.
John, we've got 1 hit.
I have plenty of armor to shrug that off. Next, the Marauder is going to shoot at the only thing that it can see, which is the flea, at long range. It has 3 sets of dice, needing 12s. So if you hit, it's just going to be really bad.
Let's see if we can miss. I see no 6s in there, John. That's a good thing.
Next, the Foot Yellow is going to be shooting up at the Shadowhawk. It's going to be rolling 1 damage, needing 6s.
Force yellow, rolling yellow dice, 6.
That is going to be the second armor pip for the Shadowhawk. Next, the Commander in the Thor is going to be targeting the only thing it can see, which is the flea. It needs 10s on 5 sets of damage dice.
Here we go, John. John, it's hitting buildings and plateaus and dust fields all around it. No hits.
Beautiful. The last thing to shoot is going to be the orange foot soldiers shooting at the spider. The spider, with its jumping of +4, the foot's going to need 7s on 1 set of dice.
Here we go. A 4, another miss.
That was a good round of shooting for us, not for the Jade Falcons.
Ion Raiders, time for us to make our retribution strikes against the Jade Falcons. We're going to start with the Shadowhawk, firing at the yellow foot point. We're looking for 6s on 4 sets of dice.
Here we go. If all hit, it's dead. That's going to be 3 hits for us, taking off all of its armor, leaving it on 1.
That is correct. So we will have to make another shot at it. But before we do, time to move to the Loki. So the Loki is going to take a shot at the orange foot point. We're looking for 8s here, but we do have 3 dice and 2 of them are heat, John.
Yes, so the red and orange dice are going to be our heat. If they hit, they will do an additional point of damage. That is only going to be 1 hit and no heat damage.
Flea is going to fire against the yellow foot soldiers here, looking for 6s on 2 sets of dice.
1 hit.
Well, that takes that one out, John. Let's move over to the spider now. We're going to be firing at the orange foot soldiers, looking for 6s again on 2 sets of dice.
Just trying to do as much damage after that Loki didn't do a good attack. It's dead.
Yeah, because that's 2 there, and then the crit.
Which will eliminate the weapons on those foot soldiers.
So positive side, it's not going to shoot at us.
Because now it has no weapons, it's in forced withdraw.
All right, our Scout has no shots, John. So it's just going to sit there and figure out what it's going to do next. So let's move on to firing at the Howler here. Rifleman starts out. We're at medium range. 3 sets of dice, looking for 9s.
The numbers that we need for the rest of this are pretty high, so we'll have to see if we can even hit. That is going to be a full miss.
All right, well, let's go on to the Jade Hawk next. Same target, 5 sets of dice, but we need a 10 to make the hit.
At least we could try to get some damage through if we roll 9s with our edge tokens. That also is going to be all misses.
So we took a second to think about how we want to do this. Star Adder is going to be firing at the Baboon. That's a guarantee. 6 dice sets normally. We've got one of those with heat. We need 10s. Because of our special ability with that coolant discharge, we're going to burn up this mech, adding 2 sets of dice with overheat. Still looking for 10s. John, let's see what we can do.
Red dice is the heat dice.
3 to do some serious damage to the Howler.
Okay, so here's what we rolled. All misses. We have 2 9s though, so we're gonna bump one of them up to equal a 10 and do 1 point of damage. We gotta get the damage in where we can.
At least we're using the edge tokens. That's all the shooting, John. So end phase, end sortie rules. We wait till things are removed. So the one foot point, the yellow one, has been destroyed. That's the only one that got hit. The other foot point is enforced withdraw, but doesn't do much for us here. So no sabotage this turn.
Correct. We were able to successfully shoot all of them, blocking that. We're going to spend 2 edge tokens on the Star Adder to remove 2 heat, bringing it back down to 0 heat.
So now that heat's done, we've done our objectives, strategy decisions here. So John, we've got card C. They're just saying automated task force is complete. It's not. Are there any enemies? If there are no enemies within 24 inches. John, we've got plenty of enemies within 24 inches. If the Jade Falcons have lost less PV, I would say they've lost more. So they go to command card D. And then we go into turn 3. And there is a waypoint on that track, so let's see what happens.
Okay.
Spurred on by the developing battle at the planet, the situation evolves rapidly. Choose 2 waypoints on the map, one at a time, reveal them, and immediately resolve their effects. Well, there's only one, so John, flip it.
There's only one, and I predict it's going to be C.
Look at that, John. Amazing. You spot a group of camouflaged figures running across the plant's compound and know you haven't gotten much time left. Replace this waypoint with a clan footpoint, putting it in base contact with the adjacent building. It is considered to have already moved this turn. Well,
it's the end of the turn.
The end of the turn. So yeah, on to turn 3.
Start of turn 3, initiative. We are the blue dice, they are the green. We have a -2.
And they have initiative. No, we have initiative.
We have initiative.
We're blue.
By 1. So our 9 becomes 7, beating out their 6. So we will maintain initiative. They will have to move first.
Orange foot clan soldier guy here is going to move around the corner of the building here. It's enforced withdraw, and it's trying to stay in cover here while moving towards the escape edge.
So we're going to start off by trying to gain line of sight to this retreating unit. We're going to first move the spider just by ground movement over its inch to get its TTM, still hiding behind the building, being able to shoot the infantry. And then this Scout is going to come down here, and it's going to land right next to the spider, also hiding behind the building and having line of sight to the foot infantry, both having TTMs of 3.
Summoner is going to move next, using Skirmisher card 414. It's taking a balanced approach because there are a few moved enemies here within 30 inches. And the mech it's targeting is going to be the Jade Hawk. So it's going to use some ground movement, and it just can't get cover. It can't get line of sight and attack to one of the moved units, but it can stay within 6 inches of one of its allies. So what it's going to do is expose itself running right over here. This is exhausting all of its movement. But it does have a shot at the Jade Hawk.
We took a lot of time deciding this. We're going to go now with the Flea. And the Flea is going to move its fast little self all the way over here and just corner peek that Summoner for a TTM of 4. Next, we're going to be moving our Rifleman, and the Rifleman is going to be corner peeking this wall here, also shooting at probably the Summoner with a TTM of 1.
The red clan foot point, using Ambusher infantry card 436, is going to move right around the corner here of that building and stay in base contact with it, setting charges to try and take out this plant.
Our next movement, now we're in the phase that we're only going to need to be moving 1 at a time again. So we're going to be moving the Shadowhawk, and we're actually going to go down 2 elevations and then just ground move ourselves to here. We're exposing our back in a weird way that if anything wants to get behind us, we can shoot it in the back, basically. And we'll have line of sight to that infantry unit.
The Marauder is going to move next. It's using Skirmisher Jump Strong, card 514, taking a balanced approach and targeting the Shadowhawk. And because it's trying to stay within attack range and 12 inches away from the target, it is going to jump, blasting off, coming back down over here, and has a shot at the Shadowhawk.
Okay, we're going to move next. The Loki Mark II, he's going to jump himself down to here with his back against this wall. He will have no line of sight to the Marauder, but will have line of sight to the Summoner and that Foot Platoon.
Baboon is the next mech to move. It is using Scout, card number 617, and taking a balanced approach. Its target is the flea. It wants to have line of sight to that and only that. And John and I kind of did some math and calculations. It's pretty much going right here. So it's got its line of sight there, nothing to the Loki, and it can't see anything else. So there's the Howler.
Red Line has decided that he wants to be a leader. He has the most armor, and he's going to stand still, and he's going to be targeting the Summoner that's right in front of him.
Rifleman is the final mech to move on the Jade Falcon side. It's using Skirmisher Jump Strong, card 714. It is going to be aggressive because it can get behind the flea, which is the fastest moving item here, according to what we're looking at on the blue side. So it's going to jump behind the target, get closer than it is, and stay in the least number of enemy attack ranges. So, John, go ahead, jump that. We've decided it's coming over here.
So sadly, it's actually not in the rear arc of the flea. Sadly for Jade Falcons, not for us. But it's going to be behind all of our other units.
No, so it's not going to get any shots at it, but it will have shots out. So this is going to be an interesting fight because, John, I think we have an idea here. Yep.
Okay, so the Jade Hawk sees that baboon run around the corner, and he's like, I think I can get it with my claws. So Freddy is going to be moving around right to here, and because he has a melee attack, he can do this within 2 inches, even though it appears, I believe we are in 1 inch. Just in 1 inch. So we're going to be smacking that baboon when it comes to attacks.
This is so appropriately named as Freddy, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, let's get into combat.
Shooting phrase. Jade Falcons go first. They got some juicy targets. The Marauder is going to go ahead and start off. The only target it can shoot at is the Shadowhawk. It's going to need 10s on 5 sets of dice.
All right, looking to roll low here for us.
That Shadowhawk takes it. Next is going to be the Rifleman. It's going to be targeting the flea. It's technically not in its rear arc, but it is behind it. It's going to be doing 3 sets of dice, needing 9s.
Looking for 9s. All misses.
Woo! Perfect. It survives for now. Next is going to be the Summoner, and it's going to be targeting our Rifleman. It's going to have 5 sets of dice, needing 7s. Will our Rifleman survive?
Here we go. 1 hit, John.
Only 1 damage. That will take out the remainder of the Rifleman's armor.
I'm okay with armor.
Next, we have the Howler. It was thinking about shooting at that flea, and then out of nowhere, this Jade Hawk ran in front of it, and its pilot panic pressed the attack button on it. It's needing 5s on 2 sets of dice.
5, that's a low number, John.
It's got the armor.
And it only hit once.
Next would be the Orange, but because it's taken the critical hit of weapon reduction, it has no attacks. Our last attack on the Jade Falcon side will be the Red Foot Soldiers, targeting the Shadowhawks, needing 6s with 1 damage.
And they rolled 3s because they're intimidated by how well we're doing, John.
Perfect. That will end the Jade Falcons attacking, and we will now retaliate.
All right, the Iron Raiders, we are going to be making our attack and assaults against the Jade Falcon forces, starting with the spider, and we're going to fire in the Scout at the same time. We're looking at 1 hit that is necessary for the orange foot soldiers. There's 2 dice from the spider, 1 set from the Scout. Both mechs need 4s, so John, we're going to roll up 3s and hopefully we can get 1 hit.
Correct. The yellow dice, for record, is Scout if you're keeping track of which mechs kill what. They're going to share that kill. All hits.
We've got the Shadowhawk next. We're now looking at that red set of foot soldiers. We have 4 sets of dice, needing 6s.
If they all hit, it's destroyed. Surprisingly, that's all hits, and there's a crit in there. So that infantry is very dead.
We're going to save that special crit for when we need it, John. So don't roll it. And next up now, we're firing almost everything here at the summoners. So let's start with the flea, looking for 8s on 2 pairs of dice. I told you to save it, and you did, John.
So that flea scores 2 hits and a critical.
All right, what's the crit?
The critical roll is going to be a 10.
Oof. Okay, for a second I thought that was going to be a 12. Fire control hit, John.
Perfect. That means it's going to be on, if it survives this turn, shooting at 2 less.
All right, rifleman next, firing at the summoner. Looking for 8s on 3 pairs of dice.
Here we go. The rifleman is only going to score 1 hit.
It's not as good as the flea, John. Not as good as the flea. Loki, firing at the summoner. We're looking for 10s. We have 3 pairs of dice, 2 of which have heat, so you'll let us know which ones those are. And we've decided to overheat it by 2 to add another set of dice.
It's a little risky, but we have edge tokens to bump us up, and we expect to try to do 2 points of damage to really try to kill this summoner. The heat dice are going to be the red and the orange dice. Okay, we're going to go ahead and spend an edge point to bump that up. So both heat are going to hit. We're going to be doing 3 points of damage and a critical hit. The heat dice that did this damage rolls for critical now. And it's going to be a 5.
5's no crit. And it is now time for the Star Adder to take its shot. We're looking for 7s, because we haven't moved. 6 sets of dice. 1 of those will be assigned to heat. Do we want to add 2 overheat to it? We're adding 2 overheat to it. So that's 8 sets of dice. 1 of those assigned for extra heat. Looking for 7s. 4 kills it.
Fun note, you can only add external heat by 2, so we've already maxed out how much heat we can add to that. But theoretically, the red dice will be the heat dice. Here we go. Can we get 4 hits? Okay, we ended up scoring 5 hits. That is going to destroy the summoner. That is their commander, so from now on, we will be getting a +2 to our initiative.
So now that we've taken 1 mech down, and I'm excited about taking out their CO, we have 1 more to do. And John, you've been wanting to save this one for last. And for the folks at home, John's got this smile on his face because he loves melee attacks.
Yes, so our Jade Hawk with Freddy in it is going to make a melee attack against the Howler.
So he's looking for a 7 to do 4 damage. And we get a reroll.
So he is a melee specialist, so if I choose to spend a token on this melee attack, I can re-roll it if need be. And we also have edge to increase our hit as well. So here we go. Let's see what we end up rolling. A 10. We just slash right through that mech, doing 4 points of damage, destroying the Howler.
2 mechs down. 2 mechs down. I love this, John. We're doing good.
That's going to end our shooting phase.
Summoner goes down. We don't care about its heat anymore. I'll remove those. The baboon goes down. The orange and red foot soldiers go down.
At what point are these Jade Falcons going to choose to retreat?
I only have 2 mechs left. We're going to find out here in a minute, aren't we? Heat. You want to do your coolant dump?
Yeah, we'll dump 2 more tokens to remove both heat off of the Blood Asp.
There's going to be no sabotage because there's no foot soldiers left to do anything.
We completed our primary objective.
Primary objective is complete. So let's see what Jade Falcon Commander decides to do here. They clearly lost more PV worth of units than we did, so they're going back to card C. And then we move into turn 4, but there is a waypoint marker here. I have a suspicion that I know what it's going to say.
It's going to be J.
Okay, point J. The enemy seems prepared for our sudden arrival and interference in the operation. The Jade Falcon add 2 to their initiative roll this turn.
Unfortunate, so it's just back to...
back to base. Actually, we're at a disadvantage.
We're at -2.
Yeah. All right, we're going to clean up and get into turn 4. Top of turn 4 here, the Mech Warrior command orders during the initiative phase, the Marauder will wind up moving last between the 2 remaining Jade Falcon mechs.
Let's roll initiative. Lots of things happening. We won the last initiative, so we're at -2.
Yep.
They lost a commander, so they're at -2.
Yep.
They got the luck of the draw that we're at a -2 because of the last thing. So we're at -2 after all of the modifiers. They rolled extremely poorly there. So we're going to win initiative, forcing one of them to go first.
The Rifleman is the first Jade Falcon mech to go ahead and move card 514 of the Jump Strong Skirmisher deck. It is going to take a cautious approach because nothing else has moved yet. It is looking to be able to shoot as many of the Ion Raiders as possible. It's looking to get about 18 inches away from the Loki, and it wants to have cover against the most number. John and I really spent some time trying to figure out exactly where this is going to go, and we've decided that it's going to jump over the river, not through any woods, and Grandma's house is nowhere nearby, and it's going to hide out over here, getting some cover against some of these mechs here. Still able to shoot about 5 of them. And TTM is now 4.
Okay, so we've planned out our movement, and what we're going to start with first is going to be Barfly on this. The 2 heat is going to make it extremely difficult for him to shoot anything and really move, so we have to do our jump. He's going to land right there, TTM of 3. He's outside of the Rifleman's firing arc. Speaking of firing arcs, we're going to continue down this road.
We're being cheeky.
The Rifleman is going to move over to here. It's now outside of the firing arc of that other Rifleman as well, TTM of 1. And then the Blood Asp is going to take its move right behind the Rifleman with a TTM of 2. And the Jade Hawk, it can't melee. Go ahead. Can't melee, but it's going to move over to here, and it's going to try to shoot at the Rifleman as well.
Some cheeky moves we got there, John.
Yes, it is. Now we're going to see what the Marauder chooses to do.
The Marauder moves last, using Skirmisher Jump Strong card 844. Because it's got nothing with yellow having moved, it moves to the cautious category. It's looking to target the Shadowhawk. It wants to stay about 18 inches away and be in cover. So the one spot that we've decided it's going to do that is it's going to kind of tuck tail and run a little bit and hide out over here behind this little plateau to be able to shoot down the Shadowhawk.
Okay, so the rest of our movement, our fast movers are just going to ground move around back over here. Our Locust is going to do its fast walking through the water. It's going to line up right behind the Rifleman as well. Then our Shadowhawk is going to ground movement around, landing itself right next to the Loki. Our plan, obviously, is to gun down the Rifleman. I think the only shot that the Jade Falcons are going to have is going to be Riflemen versus the Jade Hawk. The Marauder is completely out of the picture.
Yep.
Okay, starting off with the Marauder. There is nothing that it can shoot at, so quick and easy. The Rifleman is going to be targeting the only thing it can see, which is the Jade Hawk. It's going to need 9s on 3 sets of dice.
Let's see what we got here, John. Miss, miss, and miss, because there's no edge for the Jade Falcons.
Perfect. Now, we're going to light them up.
So our first shot, I think the Flea has been kind of the MVP of this particular sortie so far.
I don't know. I think the Jade Hawk's punching something in the neck and straight killing it out might be the winner there.
That might be. So, but we're going to start with the Flea. And everything we're going to run through is going to be targeting the Rifleman. So Flea is in the rear looking for 8s on 3 sets of dice.
The Flea is going to score 1 hit.
1 down. We move over to the Shadowhawk looking for 10s, also on 3 sets of dice.
That Shadowhawk is going to miss everything.
The Scout is the next mech we're going to use. 1 pair of dice, also looking for 10s.
Nope.
The Spider is our next mech to fire. 2 sets of dice, looking for 10s.
Close, but still no hits.
All right, so we're moving into our heavy hitters now, John. We've got the Rifleman shooting at the Rifleman. 3 sets of dice, looking for 8s.
No, another complete blank out.
Well, maybe the Jade Hawk, which is, it got shot at, will get a little bit more luck. Looking for 10s at medium range here, 5 sets of dice.
The Jade Hawk is going to score 2 hits.
Final shot here, John. And actually, we've got the Blood Asp, who's been doing some interesting damage to other mechs. Looking for 8s. We have 7 dice because of the rear shot. 1 of those is heat. Do we want to use 2 overheat right now? We need 6 to kill it.
I will be stranded if we do, but let's do it. So I'm going to need, what, 9?
You need 10s. 9 total dice, yes. Because you have 7 plus 2. Yep.
With the overheat, we're going to be rolling 9 sets of dice, looking for 8s.
Look great.
And the red dice are going to be the overheat. Here we go. Okay, so we scored 6 hits, one of them being a critical. We had 1 point of damage that we could have bumped up if needed with edge, and we had 2 misses. So we missed 3, and we do just enough damage to kill off the Rifleman.
We took another one of the Jade Falcon mechs out. It's another 150 support points into our pockets, into our coffers. I think that ends this turn. So let's go ahead and apply damage to the 1 mech that actually got destroyed. The Loki does actually get to remove its heat.
And
do you want to? Can you do the Coolant Flush on the Star Adder?
I have 1 edge left, so we will take away 1 of those heat.
All right, we still have all our objectives completed. There is 1 enemy mech left. And because they lost more PV worth of units than we did, we're looking at command card D. All right, so moving the initiative marker into turn 5, we reveal waypoint I. And you know what, John? Our scouts may have spot figures that were already inside the plant compound, but it was just workers doing some electrical work and removing the bombs that were placed. So there are no more waypoints on the map to be revealed or resolved. So we move into turn 5.
Okay, this is turn 5 now, and we're going to be rolling initiative and see what happens. We have a 2 advantage because we have destroyed their commander. We won the last initiative, so it's going to be even odds across the table. we are going to win initiative by 1. They have to move, and then afterwards, we're going to move all of our forces. Our hope is to eliminate the last Jade Falcon. We're fighting them down to the last man.
Okay, the Marauder is the first mech to move. Skirmisher jumps strong. Card 324. It is looking to be cautious. It's jumping. It wants to get 18 inches away from the Loki. There's really no good options for it here, so it's just going to move right out in the open and try and take it out.
Okay, so to save on some time, we've just gone ahead and moved all of our forces that are completely blocking line of sight to the Marauder, leaving last Freddy in the Jadehawk to move his distance 10 because we can see through the bridge, and that's going to be the only attacks that are going to be viable for this turn. Shooting phase, there's only 2 things that can shoot each other, so Marauder versus the Jadehawk and Jadehawk versus the Marauder. We're going to start off with the Marauder shooting at the Jadehawk. It needs 10s on 5 sets of dice.
Let's see what happens firing through the bridge. All misses.
Cool. Now we're going to basically pick up those dice and we're going to be rolling them back. So the Jadehawk versus the Marauder needs 9 on 5 sets of dice. We have edge though in case we need it. Let's see what we roll. So there's our attack. We rolled 3 9s, doing 3 points of damage to it.
Well, hey, one good bit of news here, John. The Rifleman has no more heat.
Oh, that was on technically the Blood Asp. We didn't move it.
He's in water, so he has no more heat. The Marauder's going to decide to maybe change its command card, and it's not because it didn't lose or gain any PV. So it stays with command card D. We move into the next turn, which reveals the final waypoint marker, which is L.
We'll see if they decide to retreat or not. Otherwise, we're going to try to gun down this Marauder.
We're going to gun down this Marauder, John. All right. Your arrival and interference has pushed the Falcons to advance their timetable. Reveal all remaining face-down waypoint tokens on the map. Hey, look at that. Resolve any effects that place units and ignore all other effects. If there are no remaining face-down waypoints, players automatically win initiative this turn.
That's beautiful. We are going to attempt to gun it down next turn. Start of turn 6, because we revealed L and it gave us automatic win of initiative, which is what we needed on exactly this turn.
Yep.
We're going to go ahead and have the Marauder move first.
Yeah, so it's taking a cautious approach on the Jump Strong Skirmisher card, number 694, and because it's looking for cover versus the most number of enemies, and it wants to avoid the water. But it also wants to be able to see and attack the most number of enemies. We're putting it right in the center of the bridge.
This will give it line of sight to the Jadehawk and the Spider and the Flea, getting cover from both of them. I mean, that's really all that we can do there.
And so now we get to move and swarm it. This ought to be fun.
We're going to move everything at the same time and then just come back and tell you what we did. Yikes. Okay, so coming back with movement, we did a few things. This is the most injured unit, and we don't want to lose a unit because it only has 3 structure left, so we're going to just leave it right where it is, standing still. Blood Asp moved itself down the river, so we can shoot at that, getting TTM of 2. Jadehawk also went up toward it, corner peeking that, TTM of 2. And then all of our little guys decided, you know what would be really fun? Let's jump behind it. Well, only one actually jumped. The Loki jumped. Everything else ground moved. Those are all rear shots. So we're going to roll it up but I'm pretty sure that Marauder's dead. The Marauder is going to start us off with shooting. It is going to be shooting at the Blood Asp. It's going to be rolling 5 sets of dice, needing 8s.
No overheat. Well, the Marauder, John, it does do 4 points of damage to the Blood Asp. But I believe that's still armor.
Still have plenty of armor. We still have 4 pips of armor remaining on that Blood Asp.
Well, here we go. Time to start our retaliation. We're going to start with the Shadowhawk. This next group, we're all looking for 6s here.
6s, rear shot.
5 sets of dice.
5 sets of dice. That is all hits.
So we've hit structure. Roll 1 to see what we get.
The critical hit is an 8. I believe that's a weapon.
8 is a weapon hit. Spider's next on our list here. 3 sets of dice, also looking for 6s.
Two hits. One of them is a miss.
All right, roll up another internal.
A 5.
Yep, 5 is no crit.
We rolled that an awful lot of times.
We have. I think we should do the Scout. 2 dice into the rear, looking for 6s. Will this take it out? No. But we get another crit.
The crit chance is a 12.
And a 12 is the mech destroyed. So the Scout is the winner of this particular battle for this set of shots.
Okay, so that's going to destroy the last of the Jade Falcon forces in this battle. We fought them to the very last man. We didn't lose a mech, and as soon as we had initiative, that's really what really helped us there.
I mean, honestly, yeah. John, I think that was very handily done.
We are sending a message that they need to get off this planet, and we're going to protect the people. Phew, the Department of Mega Engineering didn't do all that terraforming for nothing. Gain, the keyword, plant saved.
Keyword gained.
Apolakkians offer you some additional munitions as thanks. Ignore all rearming costs when playing this sortie's expensive. That's actually huge.
That's nice.
Named pilots earn up to 100 SP each. Apolakkia. Whoever rules it will survive. The terraforming relic of the Department of Mega Energy has made it through this day, and the people of this world won't lose their water, their power, and their livelihoods. They know who saved them, and contracted mercenary or not, they are grateful. But the fight's not over. The killing isn't done. I don't know about that. We did a lot of killing this round.
We might have.
Star Captain Sender has mustered the last of his Jade Falcons and is determined to wade into the capital city of Rhodes, slaughtering whoever he can while he can. If he can't kill them by taking away their water and energy, he'll kill them the old-fashioned way, the mongrel doctrine, and his own pent-up frustrations will not be denied.
Yep.
With no other options, all you can do is defend Rhodes to the best of your ability. The Aelina Mercantile League isn't paying you to deliver them a graveyard. You have to set up a perimeter and hold the line, protecting Rhodes from the bloodthirsty Star Captain. Continue to Sortie 19.